Hello everyone, my name is Dmitry Rogozhny and I'm still looking at the SharePoint Online provisioning service. And today it is time to look at the sample called SharePoint Starter Kit. I will show how you can add it to your tenant and what is available with this sample. Let me start by selecting this sample from the list of samples. The SharePoint Starter Kit will create a demo portal with a custom homepage. It also contains an example of a personalized dashboard. It shows how you can use hub functionality to set up unified navigation between sites. And also it contains a set of web parts and extensions that you can use as examples for your own customizations. The SharePoint Starter Kit sample is based on the solution implemented by the SharePoint PnP team and the community members. It is an open source solution, so you can get an access to all the source code and provisioning scripts, and you can modify them in any way you want. So let me quickly show you the GitHub repository that contains the SharePoint Starter Kit source code. This repository contains all the source code and provisioning scripts for this solution. Additionally, you can get an access to the documentation about the solution. So if I'll scroll down, you can see here's the list of all the web parts and extensions that are available with this solution, and for every web part you can check its details. So you'll see the description, the configuration available, screenshots, and also you can get an access to the source code for this web part. So it is a great place to learn more about the SharePoint framework development and provisioning with the PnP provisioning engine. Now let me go back to the provisioning side. This sample will perform some tenant-wide configuration, so make sure that you use your test or development tenant when trying out this solution. The list of prerequisites for this sample is the following. So you need to have a tenant administrator account for provisioning. You need to have an English tenant. Your tenant settings should be set to targeted release for everyone. And your tenant administrator account should be set as the term store administrator. And you need to have an apps catalog available. So first two, tenant administrator account and English tenant, is quite self-explanatory. For the rest of prerequisites, let me quickly show you how you can check these settings in your environment. I will start with the release preferences. So for this you would need to go to the Office 365 Administration Center, and here you can go to the settings menu and check the organization profile. So here's the setting that allows you to set up the release preferences. As you can see, I've already got these set to targeted release for everyone. As for the term store administrator, you would need to go to the SharePoint admin center. So let me open it. And then you would need to switch to the classic view, because the modern one does not contain this setting at the moment. Then you would need to go to the term store, and on this page you would be able to set up the administrators for the term store. So here you can specify your tenant administrator account as the term store administrator. And as for the apps catalog, you would need to go to the apps page, and here you can check your app catalog settings, and if you don't have it, you will be able to provision it from here. Okay, now let me close these pages, we don't need them. And now I'm ready to add this sample to my tenant. Default settings looks fine, So let me start provisioning, and I will confirm. And the provisioning process will take a couple of minutes. So let me skip ahead, and I will get back to you once all the configuration is done. Now everything is done. Have received the notification email with links to the newly created site collections. So let me open the demo portal, and here you can see the custom homepage for the portal. And I will scroll down to show you the information that is available for this page. And this page is a mix of standard SharePoint web parts and custom web parts provided by the SharePoint Starter Kit solution. In addition to the home page, there's also an example of personalized dashboard available. So if I'll go to the personal page, I will see the information that is specific to the current user. So I can see my upcoming meetings, my tasks, my emails, the sites I'm following, some recent documents, and additionally at the bottom there's an example of people directory. So I can look for contact details of my coworkers. And now let me go back to the home page. There is an example of a custom footer as well, and I can expand this footer and get an access to a set of quick links. And there's also a possibility for a user to specify a list of personal links, and they will be available in the footer as well. In addition to this site, two site collections have been created, one for human resources, one for marketing. They all organized into a single hub, so they share the same navigation means. And if I'll go to the human resources, for example, you can see that I've got the same navigation here. You can check another variety of a custom footer on this site. And apart from that, there is no specific demo content for human resources and marketing departments. Okay, and as I previously mentioned, this solution contains a set of custom web parts and extensions, and you can learn a lot about the SharePoint framework development by looking at these web parts and how they've been implemented. So you can edit any pre-configured page to check the web parts that have been used for its configuration. And for example, here we can see a mix of standard web parts such as the hero and custom web parts such as the tiles web part right here. And you can add new web parts to a page to look at their configuration and later check the GitHub repository and check the implementation of a particular web part or an extension. And that's it for today. That was the SharePoint Starter Kit sample. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!